Hello, Trevor Cutmore here. So this week I'm going to talk about the second part of the buy, refurb, refinance. So I did 1 to 6 last week, and this week I'm going to go through from 7 to 12. Just to let you know that I started this Saturday the buy, refurb, refinance mentoring program, which I have 6 people on. Intense. We actually started with a 12-hour session. We started in the classroom, we went out into the field, we viewed several properties. Those properties, one was a house which is basically condemned and got to be knocked down when we got there, we found out. Although to the naked eye, when you walked in, especially on the ground floor, you couldn't see any problems. So it's a really good one because some of the things you could see externally when you viewed the property, and this is a massive thing about buy, refurb, refinance, is about your assessment of that property when you go to view. So I took the delegates with me. We looked, we assessed the property from outside. We saw loads of faults, including lintels which are put over the top of windows, which they didn't cross and sit on the bricks. They actually stopped before it got to the end of the bricks. So all the load bearing was going through the window. The roof was compromised. There were cracks in the walls which are just moving apart. The whole place needs to be taken down. But like I said, if you didn't know what you're looking at and you don't have that experience, you would have walked in and thought, oh, this is quite nice. And if you're a cash buyer, because it is a cash purchase, and you didn't really find out too much about it, then you could be buying yourself something of trouble. I actually am getting my builder I emailed him, asked him to go and have a look, because I'm interested. I would consider knocking it down and rebuilding if the numbers work. We went on to see a couple of other properties, one which had a damp issue, a problem with the gable end. Internally, looking at it and looking how to resolve those problems. And then we looked at an apartment which needed a complete refurb, and we went through and looked how that's going to be done. So it's important that when you're learning, it's not just all theory, that you can actually do some practical things. And this Friday, so we started on Saturday, this Friday we're all going to Birmingham, and where I'm going to script them, I'm going to pair them up, and it's called the Attack the Estate Agents Day. And this is not attacking them, but we're going to go in looking for properties, using a script that I've got for them, to find properties which you can add value to. In some cases, you won't even have to buy them. You may well get a purchase option agreement on that property, so you won't have to pay stamp duty. It means you can control the property legally, you can add the value, sell that property. The vendor gets their money, which is quite often at least the asking price and sometimes more. You get your investment back, and the profit you can share. And because it's an option, you can make the agreement. It can be 50-50, it can be 70-30, entirely up to you. So look, that's just a little bit about buy, refurb, refinance. So point 7. Point 7 is the second fix. So just go back and watch the first one, and watch the first 6 points. This one is about now, once the plastering's been done, etc., what you need is the electrician to come back and do the second fix. So they're going to come back and they're going to start to put together the sockets but they leave them hanging off the wall, and they usually get a little bit of like a plastic cover. It's a purpose-made cover for sockets, which they just sit over the sockets, so they're just hanging out of the wall, but they don't secure them in, because obviously we've got painting to get on with. So, but it's important that they can come back and they can do all that and connect everything up. Also, let's take this stud wall. The stud wall in the first fix, they put all the wires in and brought everything down. Now what you want to do is that you're closing it up. So they would have threaded those wires through. Now when you close it up, they can start to put the sockets on everything. So this is a very important part. Also, you've got your plumbers. So you may well have the heating coming through. So again, all the pipes are done. That should be done all beforehand at the first fix stage. But if it's anything that was waiting on something to be done, such as a wall to be taken out, removed, or added in, then at this point, this is when they need to come back and finish that fix. And so you're ready. Not necessarily put radiators on, but have the pipes out, because you want to do the painting before you can start putting the radiators on. Otherwise, you're painting around things. Okay? So that was point 7. Point 8, very important. People miss this. I see this so often. Look, you've emptied your shell. Let's take the kitchen and bathroom. You've ripped everything out and you're putting in a new kitchen and bathroom. Please tell me, why do people fit that kitchen and bathroom and then get a painter in to paint all around it? Why'd they do that? Why don't they just make good the walls? You don't have to do all the wall, but you can always plan out where the cupboards are going to be. You know where you're going to tile, so you don't need to paint that. But paint the kitchen and bathroom before the kitchen goes in. So you'll do the ceiling, you'll do the walls, and you overlap. So where you're going to put the tops, the cupboards, everything, you'll overlap. So when the kitchen goes in, there's no painting. Do you know what? It saves you so much time. But the reason is, you put the kitchen in, the painter's got to go round very carefully. He's probably going to put a bit of paint on your worktop or something. It's a nightmare. Get it painted before, then fit your kitchen. Is so much sense. It saves you time, because it's easier to paint a blank wall than it is to cut in and go round and try to be careful. It really will save you time. Saves the painter time as well, and you money in your pocket. Once you've done that, then you're into point 9. Point 9 is installation. Installation of your kitchen and your bathroom. Really, really important. You put those in after you've done that paint. That all goes in and to the finish. Now, quite often your kitchen will come with plastic covers on it, which you're just going to peel off. Don't peel them off. Wait until the end to peel them off. So you want once it's installed, you want the tiles to be done. Then it's got to be grouted. So don't peel anything off until the work in the kitchen is finished. Then you can peel off. Otherwise, it's going to get covered in dust. It's going to get dirty. You're going to have to clean it. So don't take it off. Although I know what it's like when people start and say, I'm going to take it off. I want to see how it looks. Just be patient and you'll get there. All right. Point 10. Okay. This is the house, or the house. This is where you need to just go around, start to make good. So if you're not plastering everything, then you may well have to just plaster some walls or skim it, or have a good painter. Now, a good painter, where you've got cracks or slight imperfections in the wall, this is where you have a painter or a decorator. A decorator knows their craft. They know how to fill a crack. They know how to fill an imperfection. Whether it's it can be where someone had a picture hook and it's left a big hole when you've taken it out. They know how to smooth that out, how to fill it, how to rub it down with fine sandpaper that you will never see it. The same with the crack. Painters, okay, poor painters will fill it and you'll see it when it's painted. You need the decorator one who knows what they're doing. If they don't, watch on YouTube, show them how to do it, and make sure they do a great job, because decorators are worth their value. They really are. And if you want a good finish, don't go, too cheap, because you don't. I've seen people slap paint and it splashes everywhere. Just make sure that you invest in good painters that know what to do. Go and see them working, and so they haven't got all their rubbish on top of your nice kitchen top, etc. Splashing the paint around. You need to make sure that they're good when they're working. They work well. Okay, that brings me on to point 11. Now, 11 is snagging. Okay, so snagging is going around finding small bits which haven't been rectified. Now, unfortunately, when you're overseeing this project, you now become desensitized to picking up what's the small imperfections. So what I do is I take someone round with me, and I say, look, I want to show you the property, but I don't want to just show it to you for showing you, what I've done. I want you to have a look and see where there's any imperfections. So I can tell you there is a famous one. I was turning a bathroom into a bedroom, okay, and it was out on a bit of a limb of the house. Now that bathroom had obscure glass in the window, so I didn't need to change the window, but I needed to change the glass into clear glass. Now I had ordered it and I presumed that it'd be done, but I look to that bedroom and you can't, when you look into the room, you can't see the window, it's on the side wall. So I assumed that it had been done. So as we're going round, my friend walked into the room and he said, "Trevor, is this a bedroom?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, why have you got the obscure glass?" Now it's funny, I didn't see it, but this is the point of snagging. It can be the fact that there's damage on the architraves around the doorways. On one place we had at the top of the stairs, there were 2 pipes, central heating pipes, just sticking out, only a small wire. They came out and bent and went back in. And I'd asked the builder to box it in because I didn't want them exposed. So again, because I'd seen it, not on a daily basis because I'm not there daily, but because I'd seen it and I'd said about it, I hadn't written it down in my plan. It was something that I'd put halfway through, and I assumed again it was done. I never saw it again because you just become desensitized. The guy said, "Trevor, you leaving those pipes out there?" I said, "No." And then I got the contractors to do those little bits, and it was all done. Okay, so that's really, really important. And about the window, I had asked it to be done. I do believe that it got damaged on the way, so they reordered it and they were coming. But I did have to check that because you just don't see it, and you've got to make sure that things are right. So point 12, and this is the carpet. So when everything is done, carpet goes in. But golden rule, not one contractor is going to walk in that house again when carpet goes down. That's it. So if someone's coming back to electrics or the gas, wait. Say no. You need to come now because the carpets are coming. I'm not having you in there when the carpets are done. Be straight, and that's it. Then all the flooring goes down, and that's it. No one crosses that threshold except tenants and surveyors, and that's when you get the surveyor in. You go round. You can have some before and after pictures. Again, another talk. If you would like me to talk about surveyors and how to try and get the best value, then please make a message. Listen, shortish video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make your comments and tell me what you'd like me to talk about, because it's all about helping you guys. As I say, I'm doing this mentoring for these 6 people. Really exciting. They're buzzing. I'm working very closely with them. And I know not only are they going to get properties and be able to negotiate below market value, they're also going to be doing a refurb that I will help manage. I will help them identify. I will help them plan. The planning stage of buy, refurb, refinance is singly the most important part of it. If you don't plan it, you plan to fail, because it will. It will be more expensive. It will take you longer. All right, planning stage is massive, and there's certain tools that I give my mentees to help them in that, and then I walk them through that. If you're interested, let me know. But listen, I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.